But even if we, verse 8, or an angel from heaven should preach to you a gospel contrary to what we have preached to you, he is to be accursed. As we have said before, so now I say again, if any man is preaching to you a gospel contrary to what you received, he is to be accursed. Okay, stop there. Now notice, where does all of the authority lie here? Not with Paul, not with the apostles, with the gospel. He says, if I come back and tell you something different, may I be damned. If another apostle comes and tells you something different, may they be damned. If the angel Gabriel comes down from heaven into your worship service, I mean, wouldn't that be pretty impressive? I mean, if Gabriel comes in here and says, oh yeah, you got to believe in Jesus, couldn't be saved without Jesus, but you also need to be obedient to be justified. Paul says, may he be damned too. What does that tell us? We can understand the gospel, and we can understand it so well that I know a distortion of it when I hear it. You as an individual can know that's not true. Yeah, but he's got 65 letters after his name. So what? You know how many scholars are going to be in hell? A lot. Okay? I don't care how many letters you got after your name. If you're saying anything other than what Paul preached, that we're justified by faith, not by works of law. Works of law is not just circumcision and dietary laws. It's anything in obedience to the Ten Commandments, anything in the Torah, anything in the Old Testament. If you add any of that to faith in Christ, you're not a Christian. And Paul says, let him be anathema. If an angel comes and does it, that Greek phrase, anathema esto, let him be damned, let him be accursed. There is no stronger way that could be said. And I want to tell you all something. Why is Paul being so ferocious about this? You know why he's being so intense about it? Because he loves these people. He loved them. See, our culture doesn't know what love is. Love does not rejoice in iniquity, it rejoices in what's true. And so we got to be passionate about what's true and passionately oppose things that not only extinguish the glory of Christ, but send people to hell. If anyone preaches anything other than that we're justified by faith and not by works, and doesn't understand that if righteousness comes through our law keeping, Christ died for nothing. If anyone gets that wrong, let them be damned to hell fire. That's what he's saying. He's convinced. He's convinced of it. If an apostle of Christ tells you something different, it doesn't matter. If someone who claims to be a successor of one of the apostles tells you something, if someone who claims to be the apostle's successors, and let's say they can actually prove it, I can trace my ordination all the way back to the Apostle Paul. Well, if you teach purgatory and indulgences, you're every bit as damned and lost as the false teachers in Galatia. It doesn't matter. What the authority is the gospel, is what God says.